Great, sir. The shirt is looking good.
I didn't find any other shirt.
We
Rohit,
have native sister also joined the call, sir. So in case any questions needed or answers.
yeah.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Rohit. Good evening, Guna Sitaramanji.
Namaste, Guruji. I've been on
Namaste.
the road for a week, and so just now back at home.
Oh, welcome back.
Good to be back and start attending.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think next month he is coming down, I guess. Correct, sir?
Chennai.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm planning to come sometime in July, August. I haven't decided. I want to go to Karikudi College of Engineering. A lot of
Okay.
things are working out, and it'll take time. And also,
Oh.
there is some invited talk in Hyderabad sometime.
Okay, great.
So, since Guna Sitaramanji is here, I think he will render the prayer.
Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspada Anasrunvannu Divisi Dasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Param Brahma, Tashmai, Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Gurave Namaha. But is the native interested in the reading?
Native is not in a state, sir.
Okay, not in the state. Okay.
Guruji, that I have a consultation time booked with you for next week.
Oh,
Samya and I will be coordinating.
okay.
After that, if you think that is worthy of discussion,
Sure.
I consent already gave it to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the offer, for the benefit of students.
The academic interest in my chart may be because both my spouses are open to sharing the chart. So at some point of time, if you want to see a pattern behind these things,
Oh, yeah.
In my family, number of us are in Ketu in the 12th house.
I see.
And there is some pattern in the family, and there may be something interesting to take a look.
Yes. There's always something to learn from every horoscope.
Yeah.
I have a similar pattern, sir. For my grandmother, all the first grandchild have Rahu in the 5th.
Oh my God. All of them.
All the eldest, sir.
Oh.
My sister, you know her, sir, in Kanchipuram. She had Rahu in the 5th, and after 14 years of child born.
Correct. Yeah. But did she do Naga Pratishtha?
Yes, sir. Naga Pratishtha is done.
Wow.
So I will be sending some summary snapshots to you, and then we will study first among ourselves before we decide is it worthy of discussion.
Exactly. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Looking forward to that, Gunaji and Guruji together.
Thank you.
Soumyaji, don't miss me.
Okay.
Gurubhyo Namah, Guruji. Am I late, Guruji? Because I thought
No. We are ready to start. Kishorji, we are about to start.
Okay.
We just made Guna Sitaramanji started with the prayer, and we're all ready. Okay. So I think Manoj will be sharing the screen, or
You want me, sir? I can do, sir. I'll go for the chat.
if you're okay with it.
Yeah, sir. I'll just remove the native's name alone.
Yeah.
Guruji, one small observation. Today, you look very energetic and young, Guruji.
Is it?
I was going to say
Yes, Guruji.
I think the shirt. I was going to say that Guruji is not wearing white shirt today.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that
on
may
a
be-
white shirt. Yeah,
I think he's in a very good mood today, right, Guruji?
No, I won all the games in my snooker
Soumyaji,
In my snooker games, I went and played in Madras Race Club. I won all the games, and that must have enlightened my
Yes, Guruji.
Lightened up my spirits. Yeah.
We as students, we hope that you win all your games, especially before the session, Guruji.
I know. Manoj, you were saying something.
No, this was the shirt we gave for Guru Purnima last year.
Guru Purnima, correct.
Oh,
Uh,
great. Yes.
Yeah,
Very true.
yesterday we celebrated yesterday Chitra Purnima. I mean, of course, it was on Thursday, but we had the Meenakshi Kalyanam yesterday at the temple.
Manoj, this is not the same shirt. This is another shirt.
Sir, this is a silver, right, sir? This is a silver silk shirt, right?
Yeah, it is.
Sir, there were two shirts given, sir. One was a green and the other one was a silver.
Oh, yeah. Correct. Yeah, this was a silver, right? Okay.
Yeah, this was given last Guru Purnima. The green one was given in the previous year.
Okay, if anybody is buying from silk from Kanchipuram for wedding or anything, you let me know, because the top guy there is my
Good friend.
not just friend, my student, my client, and a great admirer and fan. So
Me.
Un-
I'm going to be buying.
yeah,
When
unbelievable,
you come, I'll take care. Don't worry.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, but I'll rely on you for that.
Yeah, unbelievable discounts. You can't imagine that much he gives to me and all those who I recommend.
Nice.
Sir, I'm all set, sir, to...
Yeah, we'll start. Yeah. So first of all, before we begin, I would like to say that all of us take birth on a given date at a particular time, so that the planetary positions will reveal our karma. Okay, please understand that. It will reveal our karma, and the horoscope is not the cause of karma. Karma works separately. Okay, but somehow it is adjusted that the horoscope is able to reveal a lot about human beings. But this made many people think that the planets are the cause of all the problems. And they always say, or sometimes they say, God is the reason. Why is God doing this? Or why are planets doing this? Many people I have heard, even in consultation sessions, they say, I have done nothing. Why is Saturn so angry with me? What have I done? Those kind of statements often hear. So if anything we discuss seems to, maybe you don't feel good about it, please understand it is the way that the soul evolves by making mistakes. Like we all do that, learn from mistakes. We all know that. And if a soul has done something this birth and is suffering because of that, and also has link, and there are some reasons for that coming from past lives, everybody is to be forgiven, and we hope that the path will change. Karma can be changed, and we can all become better human beings than we were at the time of birth. So please believe that there's nothing called a static karma. It is continuously, it's like, what is the word? I do not know. It is malleable. It is in a dynamic state. Okay, you can bend it around, you can modify it. Of course, we also know that something is already there at the start of our life, at the beginning, where the Lagna degree falls. So keeping all this in mind, we will approach this consultation. And the person who's related to, a relative of the person who's the native chart, the native, that person is also attending. So, this is not said so that you don't utter certain, make some statements or observations. It is just that we will have to consider that we are all human beings, and we have to be very careful while dealing with emotions. Okay. So let's start, and Manoj will reveal the horoscope, and we have to discuss what's going on.
Sir, you have to give me privileges, sir. I don't
Oh,
have.
is it? Oh, what happened? Oh, make co-host one, and does it allow you to share screen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir, it does.
Okay. Let's all try to interrupt the class only by the normal method we use. Raise your hand and wait for your turn. And when asked, you can participate. Okay. Before we begin, Sai has raised his hand. May I know why, Sai?
Oh, no, Guruji, I actually looked into this chart like last night.
Okay.
Yeah, I can wait.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what let Manoj lead, and we'll see how it goes. As soon as we are ready for answers, we'll ask you one by one.
The chart is shared, sir, already. So
yeah. Okay. So how do we begin? Where do we begin? So first thing is
I'm not going to reveal anything about the native, sir. Let the team itself.
Okay. So what is the ascendant? Where is the ascendant? At 4 degrees 54 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are already getting some statements in the chat. So let's keep an eye on the chat. Separation from mother. The person is not living with mother, or mother is not there. Okay. We'll keep, documenting our observations through the chat. Okay. So try your best to participate that way in the beginning. Lagna degree with Rahu. Is it in Rahu's area, Lagna degree?
I meant like actually close to Rahu, so it was typo.
Close to, okay. But it's still in Mrigashira, right? 4 degrees is at...
I'll just make one adjustment, sir.
Hmm.
The native says it's 8-5.
Oh.
So I'll just...
I see. Hmm.
When I looked at this chart, the first thing that I observed, sir, it was the 6th Lord and the 5th.
Yeah, but the 6th Lord in the 5th is one of, okay. Or maybe you can say Rashi Parivartana between
the 5th and the 6th Lord.
Yeah. 5th and 6th Parivartana, right? Okay, before going into Baba chart, it's important we finish everything with the Rashi chart at the Rashi chart level itself. Now, all of us are eager to quickly jump to the Baba chart. The truth is, planets are actually in the Rashi. Okay. Only when you refer to a separate sloka talking about moon in the 3rd house or 4th house, or maybe 5th Lord is in the 4th, like that. If you want to discuss, then we also use the Baba chart. So please understand there is a parivartana between Venus and Mars. Is this good parivartana or bad? Please spend some time, try to type the reason, the logic behind what is wrong with 5 and 6 exchange. You can try to expand on that. Okay. Well, instead of saying just one word answer or something, you say the 6th and 5th parivartana. If you're on a desktop, I think It's easy to type it out on a phone. I don't know. You might struggle. Okay.
Sir,
Namaste,
another
Guruji.
important observation I feel is about the Jupiter in the Gandanta point.
Mhm.
Guruji, totally out of the context. I am at my temple today and they are celebrating doing the Homa, Subramanyeswara Homa for past 5 days. And today is the last day. Would you mind if I show to the class what is happening here for a second?
Yeah. Manoj, can you stop sharing?
Yes, sir.
It may not be.
Sorry to disturb you, sir.
No issues,
Just
no
for
issues.
1 second, I'm going to show it to you.
Okay. Now there must be something, Manoj.
Sir,
There must be something in this
related. Yeah, sir.
related to our horoscope.
Wow, that's a huge Homa.
Okay. We have a chance. I mean, we have some to make it full screen, right? How do I do
We
that?
have to view, sir. Change the view to speaker view,
Speaker view. Okay.
and we'll have to go on mute so that she can speak and she will come on the screen. So you went on mute, I guess.
Yeah. Sridevi, you can go on, you can say something.
Oh, is this on mute, sir? Am I on mute?
Now we are in the.
I may not be audible, sir, because these mantras chanting and all are happening here.
Wow.
And there are 21 Homa Kundalas here. And it's been happening for the past 5 days. And today is the last day of this Maha Yajna. And it is in Memphis, Tennessee, sir. And because of too much of smoke and all, I could not even show you the actual title of the Homa and everything. I can take a picture and I will send it to you later, sir.
Sridevi,
Thanks
where
for,
is this happening?
Sorry, Manoj.
Where it is happening?
It is in Memphis, Tennessee, Manoj.
Oh, Tennessee, Texas.
Yeah, no, not Texas, Tennessee.
Okay. Okay.
Tennessee state.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you, sir, but thanks for the opportunity. I really wanted to share this with the class.
This has not happened in our class. So there is something to do with the Homa and this horoscope, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So for people born in Mithuna Lagna, which god will be the best?
Muruga.
That is
6th
Subramanian.
Lord and 11th Lord, sir.
6th Lord and 11th. The reason?
Number one malefic for this Lagna.
Number one malefic, right?
Correct, Guruji. Mm-hmm.
So it's always the number one malefic related god is prescribed for prayers. So Manoj, you can let them know that he should listen to Skanda Sashti Kavacham.
Yes, sir. The native sister is already on the call.
Yeah. So okay, fine then. So now we can restart with the sharing of the screen, the horoscope.
Yes, sir. Before that, I'll change back to gallery, sir.
Yeah, it is gallery only. So that was the first observation, right? Oh, you have the aspect table here. So those of you are new to Sri Jyoti, when you look at the bottom left-hand side, you will see planets aspecting houses and planets aspecting planet. So by just comparing planets aspecting houses, you know where to look for. Like for example, Sun looks at first house 68%. Is that understood? Mars and Saturn are highest in Shadbala. Mars and Saturn. For this ascendant, Maharshi Parashara, has he said anything about, in the list of good and bad planets, functional, malefic, and benefic? How many benefics are there for this ascendant? For Mithuna Lagna?
Only one. Venus.
sir.
Only one.
He says only one. So, that's the sad part of Mithuna Lagna. Only one. Eka eva kavihi. Right? Only one, he says. So that is something, right, to reckon with, because Saturn's Mula Trikona falls in the 9th house, and yet he is not listed it as a benefic. Okay. Maybe it's because it's the 8th lord also. So I think maybe this is the only time it happens like that. The 8th lord and the 9th lord in the same planets. Right? So 8th is such a negation for the 9th. That's what it proves. So Shani is also declared as not a good planet. Sometimes he says that it might give good results if placed very well. Okay. And try to give the 9th house result. Having kids. Putra dosha. That's what you're saying. Mars is in the 5th house. See, what you can do, past life cheating pertaining to gurus, due to guru being in Gandanta. Is this coming within Gandanta area? Is there a screen that shows planets in Gandanta?
It is
No,
falling.
Jupiter is transiting in from Sagittarius to this thing. So the last 3 degrees of right now, the situation that we have is also the same point.
No, that it should
Jupiter-
be very close to the border. Only then.
No, it's last 3 degrees and 40 minutes, and the first, 3 degrees and 20 minutes. No, 3 degrees and 40 minutes, and the first 3 degrees and 40 minutes.
Okay, that's the definition you're saying.
Yeah, that's the definition by PHS.
But if you go into the Shashtiamsha chart, the last 1 degree is what makes the Gandanta point.
Yeah, no, that's okay. See, the problem, Rohit, with all our definitions is, we know at the border, the power to do harm is less than when it is 1 degree on either side. Okay, so most people in the world think about only 1 degree on either side. But of course, now that you have a rule to follow, you can, for the sake, because it's already mentioned, right? So you can say it is in Gandanta because of what you have used a definition. So like that, we have combustion table.
By degree.
The Shashtiamsha chart here, sir. It is on the top. The third one, Jupiter, is the 5th, which is the Yaksha. It's not in the Rakshasa
or the Goramsa, right? Yeah. It's not, but maybe we can consider whatever he said, Manoj, because he's using a definition, right? So we can.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, we'll consider it. Okay. What we said is it's acute on 1 degree plus and minus. Okay, over the point. It's very acute.
Guruji, can I ask a question?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I don't understand the Shashtiamsha.
Shashtiamsha.
Yeah, like what Manojji is showing, right? So
keep that question, because once the sharing is over, I'll show you a screen, the Shashtiamsha breakups, and then I'll explain to you. Maybe if you have towards the end of the discussion, just remind me. Okay.
Sure, yeah. But I think here Jupiter is in Mrityu Bhaga. That is more, I think, important.
Mrityu Bhaga. Okay.
As Jupiter Antardasha is also running.
Oh, that's why. Okay. That's also a point, right? And anyway, Jupiter is a Maraka for this Graha, right?
Yeah.
For this ascendant. Yeah.
He's afflicted, like not exactly, but he's on the axis, but not closer.
And also to add, the Jupiter is also at the Kendradipatya dosha.
Kendradipatya dosha. Okay. See, that's a redundant term, right? This Kendradipatya dosha and all that, because it is derived. It's derived from that. Already the Maharishi has declared it as a malefic, and he is a Maraka because he's seventh lord. And we already said something about the planet. So why add one more statement like Badaka and all of that? So you're looking at the Antardasha right now, right? The person is, first of all, he's going through Rahu. Okay, 2019 onwards, Rahu. Rahu is
Rahu,
yeah.
actually, Rahu is on Saturn Nakshatra, and Saturn is his 22nd, and a lot of 22nd Decan and 64th Navamsa. So,
Oh, Saturn is the lord of 64th Navamsa.
and also 22nd Decan also.
22nd. You have done that, is it? Okay. Manoj, I think you have a chart underneath where you can change it to division number 3. Drekanath. Yeah. So yeah, Saturn is 2 times, right? Okay, 2 times problem.
Yeah, too much on Saturn actually. Rahu is on Saturn Nakshatra also.
The planet that is closest to Bhava is Rahu, right? The closest. Is anybody else on 5 degrees? Do you see anybody else at 5 degrees?
The Lagna itself is at 5 degrees.
No, that's what. It's only based on Lagna, right? The Bhava concept. So Lagna is at 5 degrees. So the Bhava will always be 5 degrees of every sign in equal system. So based upon that, you'll have to look out for anybody exactly 100% in the middle. It's called Bhava. Okay. In Western system, the cusps are on the border, whereas in the Indian system, we use the house center point as the most important point. And on the side, it becomes weaker and weaker. So if planets are on the Lagna degree, anywhere, it is to be treated as Bhava Madhya. And so it will give full effects of whatever it is. So Rahu in the 5th, Rahu in the 10th. Okay, Rahu in the 10th and Bhava Madhya. Generally, in one sign, together if Rahu and Jupiter come, there is some problem. Okay, even if you say, well, the distance is very high, so do we really look at it as a conjunction? There is a conjunction just because of Rashi. What is the logic? Anybody wants to help me? Rahu and Jupiter are not close, but then why do we say it's still connected?
Because of the same signs.
Yeah, Rahu is occupying his sign, right? Jupiter's sign. What other connection you want? So Rahu will say, I'm in Jupiter's house. A bad man, an ignorant man, a rebel gets into the place where the teacher is. Okay. And Anu says Rahu will give out sign lords effects. Very good. So what is that, Anu? What do you think? What effect will it give Rahu, good or bad? Take your time to type it out in the chat. Can you look up the aspect table on a separate sheet, Manoj? Is there a possibility that in a large one screen you just have
yeah, sir, I can do that.
Just 2 things, only aspects, planets and houses alone as a separate sheet. Keep it on a separate page so you'll remember. next time. Something bigger. You can't increase the size, right?
Yeah, I think I can show one.
Sorry, I spammed our chat.
Can I help you, Manojji?
Yeah, I'm just changing that.
Yeah, the grid you'll have to change it. Make it a single grid, and then everything becomes bigger. 1x2 or 2x1.
Oh, only in a single grid you can do it. Okay.
Yes, 1x2 or 2x1.
Maybe you have to do it right from the beginning, is it?
No, grid width should be 2 only, so that you
This
get
is fine,
this.
right, sir? Is this fine, sir?
Yeah, enough. Hmm.
I spammed our chat with a lot of notes that I've noted. Sorry about that. But Guruji, I shared like what could be the reasons the
You want to say
client might have
something?
been approached.
Yeah.
Before diving, I thought like the main reason could be the first thing could be because of health.
Health reason. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the logic for health?
So I thought, based on my observation, is right now, as per the Dasha, right, the Rahu under Rahu Jupiter. So Rahu is on a Saturn Nakshatra, and Saturn is Papi, and he is he's also in the seventh house. So I think it is, and also Saturn is a 22nd Lord of Dekana, and 64 norms a lot. Jupiter is on Mrityu. So all these things, are kind of, I thought I'm more leaning towards the health issue because it's all about 7th, 8th, and 6th related houses.
Guruji, I was also leaning into the health issue point, but I wanted to ask the question first, whether it was a health related query that the native came for, before I go into the combinations for health.
Yeah, same thing. If not health,
Could it be anything else? Could it be anything else other than,
Yeah.
you are saying two of you are hinting at health, but is there a possibility it can be some other problem?
Kids and marriage. The next thing I'm saying is it could be related to children. The
Kids
second
and
half.
I'm going towards professional income and problem with wealth, Guruji.
Okay.
I think work-wise, I'm fine, but I think wealth-wise, yes. That's on my top four. I have 4 things listed: health, kids, marriage, and work.
Okay. Manoj, this aspect table will use it's almost comparable to Jagannath Hora aspect table. That Rahu is not given anything special.
Here we can disable it, sir, but it'll remove all the aspects of Rahu and Ketu.
Oh, it will make it completely zero, is it? It will not.
Yeah.
It will not treat it like any other planet, like normal, like how Jagannath Hora does it, like any other graha.
I have to play with the settings and see, sir, but
Right now not necessary. Okay.
Yeah. We can take it from here where Rahu aspects on the 5th house,
Okay, let's start about let's start with. Do you see anything on the moon? Anything, any peculiarity of the moon?
So I also see here in this moon is also in Mrityabhaga.
Moon is also in Mrityabhaga. Okay.
And moon is on Purva Phalguni Nakshatra.
Correct.
Yeah, he's on the 5th house Lord sign. Like he's 5th house Lord. So
He is afflicted by Saturn, and Saturn in turn is also afflicting the 5th Lord, Guruji.
Okay.
So Saturn's affliction on Moon, Saturn's affliction on Venus, and we also have Rahu's affliction on Venus.
and also moon is the D7 Lord.
Come again?
The moon is also D7, Saptamsa Lord.
Okay.
He's in 6th house again, in Saptamsa.
So for those of you who do not know, Mrityabhaga has been described in Jataka Parijata and what is the other book? One more book is there. Okay, 2 books have described it, though you don't find it being mentioned in BPHS.
I think in Saravali also.
Saravali, yeah, correct. Saravali, yeah. And Sarvartha Chittamani. So one more book. Okay. So if you...
One more thing, sir. Venus is in Maranakaraka Sthana.
Venus is in Maranakaraka Sthana. Okay. Is that... okay, right. So in that case, we'll be using the Rashi, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because we'll have to keep an eye that Venus did move to the 7th bhava, but we can give importance to... No, it's okay. We will keep that in mind, okay? Because sometimes we can keep going back and forth. You can say it is in the 6th Rashi, okay? Venus is in the 6th Rashi. That's why we started with, we accepted 5th and 6th Parivartana, 5th Lord and 6th Lord Parivartana. What is wrong with 5th and 6th Parivartana? Anybody wants to, I think, did somebody say something about in the chat, 5 and 6 Parivartana? What are the bad things?
Health issues for children.
Okay, you're connecting to children aspect because 6th is, whenever Maharshi connects 5th and 6th, he always says bad for children, right? So, okay, Putra dosha. Okay, we'll keep that in mind and come back. Can we start giving clues, Manoj? It's or do you think we'll wait for some more time?
We'll give some more time.
So, do you see anything else for the moon by any chance? Is there something you want to say about the moon? Any special aspect on the moon? Anybody is looking specially?
Moon's dispositor is debilitated.
Moon's dispositor is debilitated.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, that's definitely a point.
Yeah, and also he moved into, like, he's in Nietzsche. He's debilitated, and also he moved into 6th house in Bhava. And moon is aspected by Saturn.
Moon is aspected by Saturn, right?
10th aspect, Guruji.
Moon rules the which house? Second house.
Yeah, property, work related. So not wealth related issue.
Okay, we'll go back to the other screen, Manoj, where we have correct this chart. Okay, this chart gives you the aspect tables at the bottom. So we'll stick here because Dasha and Antardasha is here. Always ask one question: why now? Why is the consultation happening now? How do you start?
Rahu, strong karmic planet.
No, if you're saying now, it is always Dasha and Antardasha, right? Rahu Jupiter. If you examine Rahu Jupiter, you can start guessing what might be the problem. Rahu Jupiter.
Health issues.
Health issues. Why? Why, what happened? You did not continue.
Jupiter is 7th house lord, sir.
Okay. Which god will which god should this person pray to according to Maharishi Parashara, and why?
Is it Dattatreya?
See, one thing is he is going through Rahu Dasha, Guru Bhukti. So one of you open Brihat Parashara Horashastra, Dashadhyaya, the Dasha page, and go to Rahu Jupiter, and then see if anything he has written matches the horoscope. Anything. Do we wait? Is somebody helping us? Yes,
Guruji, I am reading DPHS. I started before you had mentioned it, but there's a small confusion here.
Ah.
When I'm looking at the Bhava chart, that is where we need to look at when Jupiter's Antardasha is to be read from Rahu, Rahu MD. But there's no mention of the Antardasha of Jupiter when Jupiter is placed in the 11th. Because in the Bhava, it goes to the 11th. So the Dasha will be giving the fruits of 11th.
No, if you see this particular chart, right, it is from the Mahadasha Lord. So from the Mahadasha Lord, from Rahu, Jupiter is in the second.
Yes, sir, but I remember I asked Guruji some time back, and he first said to take the position in D1 and then go into the specifics about converting it into Dasha Lagna. So if Rahu is running a Dasha from 10th, and if Jupiter is in the 11th from the D1 Lagna, there is no mention of 11th actually, Jupiter in the 11th. So then maybe I need to go to the other part, Guruji, which Manojji is hinting.
No, you can read out the last line in Rahu Dasha Guru Bhukti. Because Maharishi always ends with the remedy, right? For the period. Does anything fit in those, the last lines? He always ends every Dasha and Antardasha with a remedy.
Praying Lord Shiva, sir.
Praying Lord Shiva, Ramesh Peddati. Why?
I'm just reading the...
What is the logic? When does he say you need to do it?
Oh,
Lord Shiva
Guruji,
may be worshipped and a golden image will be given in charity.
Golden image,
That's
because
all.
Jupiter is always gold. Okay. Gold has to be given. Okay. You said all that. But what is the main condition for this? What is the conditions apply?
I just now found it, Guruji. It says if Jupiter is posited in the 6th, 8th or 12th from the Mahadasha Lord, or in conjunction with the malefic planets, in its Antardasha, there will be loss of wealth and physical distress. And another next point comes as in case Jupiter is the Lord of the 2nd or the 7th, then the early death will be mentioned. So
see, I don't know what is the Hindi, I mean, the Sanskrit word there. The last sloka, if you have the book, Can you read that last sloka, the Hindi part?
It says Dhanahani, sir.
Huh? No, that is for
Shloka number 20, right, Guruji?
the last one, where he talks about, most probably, I think, Deha Bada Bhavishyati, something like that. That's a standard statement he uses.
Yeah,
Deharogyam
Deha Arogyam.
Krute Shanti Shanti Kuryadish Chakshana.
Yeah, but why is he saying that? What is the reason? Wow, under what condition will a person go through physical trouble?
It must be the second lord or seventh lord from the Mahadasha lord, sir.
Does that fit
It
in
must
this
be the
horoscope?
second or seventh position from the Mahalord.
Not position.
This one fits, Guruji. It's in conjunction with the malefic planet.
Okay.
So
What
that,
about
in that condition, there will be loss of wealth and physical distress.
okay? But he's asked, whenever he's talking about 2 and 7th lord, he is only talking about lord of, not placement. Sometimes he says placement. So lord of. Is
Yes,
Jupiter
yes,
the
yes,
lord of the
yes.
7th here?
Yes, Guruji.
So we have
Yes,
to.
it's the lord of the seven.
So suppose this person has come to you for a consultation. You should say, you're going through Rahu Dasha Guru Bhukti, and Guru is declared as a Maraka Graha for this ascendant, according to Maharishi Parashara. And then say, he said, he has given the opinion that one should do. He has suggested that one should resort to Shiva Bhakti and also the gold related charity, just because it is 7th lord. But I don't know if he is using the word, something like premature. Any word is used. What is that word is used always? Apamrityu, something like that.
Yes.
That is out of
Dvapamrityu Bhavashyati.
Yeah, something like that. I think it is.
It says Dvitiya Dyunanate.
Sir, you mean Akala Marana, sir?
Yeah, that is not, see, not in the regular scheme. It is out of turn. Something can go wrong suddenly. Okay.
Yeah.
So all that comes under. So standard in Dashadhyaya is, if anybody goes through 2nd lord and 7th lord's Antardasha, you should always say flat. Just read out the remedy and tell them, just because it is 2nd lord or 7th lord's Antardasha, please do the following. Just say that. That's why Mithuna Lagna people shouldn't wear gold. If you wear gold, you will get into trouble. Okay. If you wear too much gold, you will definitely get into trouble.
Not only Midhuna, sir, but also Kanya, right, sir?
Also Kanya, but the problem with Mithuna is more than in Kanya, because the 7th house falls in Jupiter's Mula Trikona.
Yes, yeah.
That's additional point. So, so the person most probably, because you're going to say this, most probably you should say, be very careful with health up to, as long as it is Rahu Dasha, Guru Bhukti. How long? Next year, September 2024. So since we are all believers of Shiva, so let the person first do that. And second, since Sridevi showed us Subramanyam, that is very important, because that Subramanyam is that particular god is recommended for Mars problem. Mars is in the 5th house. Okay. Mars is in the 5th house as the 6th lord. And that is definitely in the 6th. No confusion.
In the Bhava chart,
to add, oh, sorry, Kishorji, go ahead.
Guruji, in Bhava chart, if Jupiter goes to the 2nd from the Dashanath, then the Maharishi says something else, Guruji. So which one should we take here? Give more importance to the main placement or to the Mahadasha's placement?
No, one is without any doubt, just because it is Lord of 7th, you can simply, make this statement. that please be very careful with health. Like that you can say. Okay. And he has said this remedy. There we have no confusion, right? Anybody objects that it is not seventh lord?
No.
Nobody can object, right? So it is seventh lord. So he says there is danger or premature, something can happen to longevity if Guru is the lord of the second house or seventh house. The same words he uses throughout the text. Okay.
Yes. So we have to give more importance to that statement.
To that statement we have to give. I understand what you're trying to say. Is this the only statement that he'll give? But what I'm saying is, just because that statement appears, you have to tell. You have to tell that. That's all. Even if the person is healthy, you'll have to tell them. You understand this logic in astrology. Take, for example, our ex-CM Jayalalitha. Same Lagna. In Jupiter Dasha, she passed away. Correct? And when she went near an elephant, the elephant, pushed her. Could have been dangerous. Luckily, nothing happened on that day. So whenever Jupiter is against you, elephants are against you. Okay? Then once upon a time, she wore a lot of, gold from top to bottom and then got into trouble because of that. So wearing gold in excess, and all of this Jupiter material, everything is bad. So what hurts you? The Maharishi is saying donate, or donate gold. Okay. In the body part, what would Guru indicate?
Liver.
Liver?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's the largest and expansive organ in the entire
Okay,
body.
it is the largest gland in the body. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Even
and also to an extent, some texts also mention Jupiter to be a part of like brain, not the nervous system, but the brain, because brain is the wisdom maker of the body, and Jupiter represents wisdom.
Okay.
And also you
And
mentioned
in men also it represents the prostate, because prostate is an organ which expands.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in typical medical astrology, it is only liver. Okay, and you can include all the glands, but it primarily is liver.
Sir, and also to add, from Rahu to Saturn, it's ninth. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think then he's okay, because the next dasa that might start after Rahu Jupiter is going to be Rahu Saturn.
Okay. See, suppose I ask you, does Mars aspect Jupiter?
Yes, sir. Mars aspects.
Why?
Because Mars has more. It is in the fourth, just crossed fourth. It is no.
That's just entered Libra.
No,
Yeah.
Mars is where it is, but Jupiter moves over in the Bhava chart. So degree-wise, if you see, it's a Samasapta thing.
Degree-wise,
you can see the aspect, right?
Degree-wise, no, we have an aspect table, but without the aspect table, how will you understand how much influence Mars has on Jupiter? What is the easy way out?
Refer the Bhava chart.
Jupiter is just entering Aries, sir, and Mars just already entered the Libra. So they are in one side axis mostly.
Okay, the aspect table is very complex and it is based on exact formula given by Maharishi Parashara. Has actually got nothing to do with the Bhava chart. But as Manoj just now pointed out, that if you look at the Bhava chart, it kind of gives you a clue. Because in Bhava chart, Mars and Jupiter are aspecting each other. But this is not a nice way to do it. It's not the perfect way, but this is a warning. You better look at, because in the Bhava chart, I see Mars and Jupiter looking at each other. Maybe we look at the proper aspect table. Just move your eyes to the left hand, left side bottom, the corner, and see on Jupiter how much aspect of Mars is. 88. Do you see anything greater than 88 on that row?
On top of that, that Mars is in Vargotama, sir.
Mars is in Vargotama. Whenever planets are in Vargotama, it reiterates again and again. They're saying, no, I'm not going from here. I'm sticking to this place. What is that area?
Sir, one more point is Mars is in Chitra Nakshatra.
That's
Its
what.
own nakshatra.
So Mars is in its own sign, own nakshatra as well. So Mars is in that same place. So there is something peculiar about that. So if you...
And it has conjunction with the Lagna Lord.
Yeah, correct. So if you say
No,
D1
can we
Mars
consider the conjunction because it is like so far ahead at part, right? It's 0 degree and 28 degree. It's almost at this corner and that corner.
See, the
Mercury
problem
is 10
with...
degrees and Mars is 0 degrees, right?
If you notice, the Vargotama is applicable in his D3 chart, D7 chart, D9, D10.
It will be in many charts. It will even be, you check maybe the 27 division and maybe can try something else also and see.
In 27th, again, it's there, sir.
Yeah, it will be there.
It's there.
Yeah, even
But the main chart, sir, what 10th is for profession, if 9th is for the Bhagya, 7th is for children, D3 is for siblings and help. So with this aspect of life, if we take that Mars, it is becoming very strong.
Correct.
And Jupiter is also a Vargotama planet here. So like 7th Lord. In Navams as well, it's in the same position.
Sir, the 12th house is aspected by both Mars and Saturn. Can we say that, sir?
Very good. Very good. That's a very important point. The 12th house is aspected by Saturn or Mars?
And Mars. Yes. Can we maybe I don't see the aspect of Saturn, how much is on the 12th house, but you can see it.
On the 12th house, it might not be there. On the 12th house, it is not there. You know why? Because ascendant is at 5 degrees. Since Saturn has gone to 26 degrees, it will not look at 12th house strongly. It's almost like...
if it looks the UL is there, sir, then it is with UL there, it will be a problem maybe.
Okay.
If it looks, yeah.
Degree-wise aspect of Saturn on 12th is not that high, Guruji, because Saturn moves over in the Bhava chart. Degree-wise. That's why in the
Is the UL position
also
right, sir? Whether the UL position is right or there in 12th house.
It is correct, right? Like 12th house Lord is in 6th and 6 places from... I think...
No, she's saying the exception rule has not been used. Manoj, you'll have to set it back to Parashari.
Yes, sir, I'll check that, sir.
Yeah, that is later. Yeah. Okay, you can do it. Okay, because UL is not required right now. Okay.
It should be in Kumar. Yeah.
The sun's aspect on 12th house is there?
Sun's aspect on 12th house is very high.
Yeah, 93.
Yeah, it's quite high, right?
Yes.
See, what you do, easy way out is keep glancing at the Bhava chart. So Bhava chart will somewhat, see, that's a proof that Bhava chart works. Okay, the angles are formed in such a way that it will almost tally with the other formula that we use in planetary aspects. That's very interesting, actually. That kind of gave me confidence that what we're doing is correct. Bhava chart.
Guruji, is it the native is having health issues? Is it correct, or is it
the person is having?
Is it Is he having health issues? Is that what he has consulted for out? Or he has more than that? Are we missing something else?
There's a lot of people have typed out many things, but it is health problem, right, Manoj?
Yes, sir.
Can we say it is connected to the heart or the heart region?
Why you will have to say?
Yes, Guruji.
Fifth represents the heart.
So we have the sun, the fifth, and as I was recollecting from our astrology, medical astrology course, there are a few things which came to my mind. One is affliction of even the natural house of the fifth house, which is the Simha, which is afflicted by Saturn. And then we have affliction to the fifth lord, which is in this case Venus. He is with Saturn. And then we have even the affliction to the fourth house also causes the affliction, the heart ailment. And then we have the dasha of retrograde planet, which here Jupiter also is retrograde, by the way. And another pointer is
So I
you
think
have to
you
check
also
from the quality of the graha in the fifth house.
Okay.
The fifth house is having this affliction. The fifth lord is also having the affliction, especially the debilitated sun. So can we say it is connected with the chest or the heart, Guruji?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the entire picture. Only Manoj knows. But I can tell you one thing. Before going into the specifics, if you generalize by saying maybe the pressure is more on the fifth house, because that way we can later adjust the answer, because there are many things connecting to the fifth house. Okay. So what is that fifth house? We'll come to later, but at least we should be able to pinpoint it is a fifth house problem.
Yes, Guruji. Even the presence of
Sixth
Mars is
lord
also
and
there.
fourth lord are
Malefic.
conjuncted in the fifth house, sir.
So
And
the
it is Papa Kartri also, by the way.
yeah, the lord of fifth is very close to Saturn. Correct? The lord of
It is yes, Guruji, and also this Papa Kartri I would like to reiterate because of Saturn and Sun.
correct.
Sandwiching Venus.
and also it's important is Lagna Lord. Lagna, the ability, like about related to health, right? And third house is a house related for fighting diseases also. He is debilitated. And Lagna Lord is also in Papakatri, Mercury. He's on Rahu Nakshatra also.
Guruji, if you see the aspect table, even Saturn is aspecting the Lagna.
Saturn is aspecting the Lagna,
Degree wise.
degree
Yeah.
wise.
So the Lagna Lord is affected.
The Lagna is afflicted by Saturn. Okay. The lord of Lagna is
Papakatri.
Mercury. And Mercury is between malefics. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, yes, Guruji.
On the right hand side you have Mars, on the left hand side you have Sun. Sun is debilitated as the third lord. I think somebody in the beginning mentioned that Moon is in the Mrityu Bhaga. Correct?
Yes, Guruji. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, in Cancer, right? Is that exactly in Leo 21 degrees? So, correct, Leo. So, who spoke about Mrityu Bhaga?
I, Guruji.
Wait, let me see. I don't know who is that. 1 minute.
Yeah, this is
Sai,
Sai.
Guruji. Sai Garu.
Sai. Okay. Wait.
It says, as per
the
the software, it says only Jupiter is in Mrityu Bhaga, sir.
Only Jupiter, huh?
Sir, when we were speaking about this yogas and all, if this Vaitriti is one of the yoga that is inauspicious, right, sir?
Yeah, it's extremely inauspicious. So much that the Maharishi has hinted that if you're born in Vaidriti, you'll have to do some remedies. So Vaidriti and Vyatipata, these two yogas are something more of poison. Okay? There's a lot of poison. Usually when people are born in these yogas, the recommendation is you have to be Lord Shiva devotee. And anyway, for Mithuna Lagna, you can safely say Shiva because Sun and Jupiter are functional malefics. If these two grahas are functional malefics, you can always insist on the worship of Shiva. And 7th Lord's Antardasha, you should always prescribe Mahamrityunjaya mantra for lifespan. See, but the thing is, if you look at always what is happening now, okay, now the person is under Rahu, Jupiter, where Rahu and Jupiter share the same sign, and we know Jupiter is a Badaka or whatever, 7th Lord, Maraka, all those terms. And then we say, together they're ruling. So it could be really tough time. That much we can say. What is this chart? New one?
The transit and the current chart, sir. This is the current chart and this is the transit.
Oh. Oh, it shows like this, is it? Okay, I know.
Yeah, we can do a setup like that, sir. So the Rashi chart and the transit simultaneously.
So what is the pressure now? The pressure now is that Rahu is on the same axis as his 5th house axis. On the 5th house. So when you have concluded that this is a 5th house matter, most probably Rahu would have added to it from the time it came in. Right? Rahu has been staying there for a long time. And this month there will be a lot of pressure, Manoj.
Yes, sir. The same Jupiter is going towards Rahu also, sir. And Rahu is going towards Jupiter.
Okay. Jupiter is going towards Rahu, Rahu is going towards Jupiter. So the conjunction has to be handled very carefully because it is on that axis we noticed problems because already we estimated the 5th house as the weakest in this chart. Okay.
Yeah, because in transit also it will be aspecting his 5th house completely, sir.
Oh.
Saturn is aspecting both Rahu and Jupiter.
Manoj, what I say, once again, sorry for the I'm interrupting you. Okay. You come back once I finish. The first takeaway from today's consultation is the person has to urgently do Mahamrityunjaya Homa.
Okay, sir.
And then must be made to listen to Mahamrityunjaya mantra how many ever times possible. Okay. Because this transit, though you just, though we didn't ask for it, you placed it, it looks very something because even B.V. Raman and also Professor K.S. Krishnamurthy said, if the Dasha and Antardasha grahas meet in transit, it's something very different. What is the exact point here? Rahu going towards Jupiter, Jupiter going towards Rahu, it is on that axis. Or even if it is not on this axis, also it is trouble. Because the person is going through Guru Dasha, Rahu Dasha, Guru Bhukti, Guru Antardasha. So until the crossover happen, this person has to be very careful to, the best of doctors, help from doctors and, Shiva Bhakti. And also something to do with snakes and even Muruga. Muruga with the typical old type Skanda photo picture where there is a peacock and the peacock has grabbed snakes and has a snake in the mouth. In the beak of the, the peacock is holding a snake in its beak. So that, take a printout, give it to the person. Let that be also worship Skanda Sashti Kavacham. Till this, all this pressure, on this conjunction, how long will it take? You can guess, right?
It's on 28th, I guess.
No.
It's on 28th of May, where Jupiter and
the actual
Rahu
conjunction happens.
Yeah, in transit, it is already, Jupiter is just out of Gandanta and
3 degrees. Okay.
Yeah, so and Rahu is like 9 degrees or 10 degrees right now. So another 7 degrees.
7 degrees is how much? 1 degree per
no, but he is
10 days.
like
10 days. The formula,
Yeah.
the formula is 1 degree per 10 days. Okay. So 10 days, the degree should be increasing by 1 in the normal speed. So using that formula, go halfway through. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, something like that, 5, 6, somewhere around that. Because Rahu
At
also
the
will be
same
coming.
time, Rahu also is coming, sir. Yeah,
That's what.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not saying take it up to 9. So the next 1 month, intense puja. Okay, and the best of doctors' help. Do not take anything for granted. Don't put pressure on the person. All of you, be with the person, and then compassion and doctor's help and God's everything to be followed till this Jupiter Rahu conjunction is over.
Sir, being Mercury there and going towards Rahu is okay. Mercury Lagna Lord, native Lagna Lord. Can that be a point that to be considered?
No, there we will say afflicted. Mercury is afflicted. Mercury is in trouble, right? Mercury is in trouble in Aries always. And there is a Rashi Parivartana going on, Mars and Mercury. The red in green and green in red, right? The green planet in red sign and the red planet in green sign. So we have an issue. And that's why Sri Devi interrupted us by showing Subramanyam.
Okay. Yes, sir.
That
And
is
also sir, Jupiter's transit right now.
Nimitta is
That's
showing
going
very
on.
clearly of Mars.
Manoj?
Nimitta is very clear on the Mars.
Yeah. So I think that is now if the person has anything to ask, somebody's, this natives relatives here in the chat.
Oh, sister, sir. She is there and she can talk also.
Okay.
So good evening, everyone. So thanks all for taking time and analyzing my brother's profile. So I have noted down few of the points which was discussed here. So right now he is having some mental depression because he is actually he was searching for a job, so he didn't get. So he was depressed, and he's unmarried. So we were searching for a girl also, but still we were not able to find a match for him due to job constraints and all. So all these aspects are have triggered him, and he was put into some pressure in heart, which affects his mind as well. So he is having some mental disturbance. So we have taken him to a psychiatrist yesterday, and so he is under treatment. So today he seemed to be okay with tablets and all.
Okay. Some of the students here, they kept on talking about the 5th house, going around the 5th house. All of whatever you said, they all belong to the 5th house. 5th house is actually our intellect, the right and wrong, the choices we make. So that is a godly aspect of our mind. Okay. So lucky are those who have 5th house good with no problems. But in this case, the 5th house has been afflicted. So when people said heart, it is not heart, it is heart plus what they call the emotional heart in us. You see, whenever we are under bad emotions, we feel pressure in the chest area. It is because emotions affect the heart. Okay. So you must give a lot of importance to breathing, pranayama, that slow breathing, yogasana, yogic, practices. One of the yoga teachers is usually in our classes. I don't know, she didn't attend today. So you can do all those slow breathing in and out, and don't put pressure on the person by saying what has happened, what have you done, why are you like this or something. Just ask the person to be first, we'll have to solve the problem of it shouldn't become dangerous. Okay, it shouldn't become dangerous. Now, I never thought it is so bad until Manoj suddenly showed the transit chart. We almost forgot to check that. So in the transit chart we looked, it is like staring at the play in our face. What's happening there? So Kishore and other students very actively, they did participate so well, and they kept on talking about the 5th house right from the beginning. And this 5th house is whenever afflicted, we always have restlessness and the need for psychiatric treatment and so on. Some people take to drugs, some people take to alcohol, some people smoke. So these are the typical fifth house afflictions. It's called addictions. And sixth lord in the fifth lord in the sixth, they're all something. Mars is acidic planet. So something acidic might be the reason also. So try to give him a lot of alkaline based foods and liver strengthening, extracts like.
He was a severe alcoholic, sir.
He was a severe alcoholic.
Yeah, he is having a grade 3 fatty liver.
What?
He's having a grade 3 fatty liver, sir.
Grade 3 fatty liver. Oh my God.
And then he's having pancreatitis also.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
recently we have sent him to a rehab where in August, and he started drinking from then on, sir.
Oh. No, but after he came out from the rehab, he went back to the habit.
No, he didn't drink.
He didn't go. Thank God. Okay.
Sir, isn't it like she mentioned profession, marriage, and the individual is depressed pertaining to these aspects? So primarily looking again, it's the 7th and the 10th. Again, the Jupiter coming into the aspect. So it's
correct.
There's a strong tie-up with the Guru and the Jupiter issues here. So, I mean, I personally feel you should just blindly take the feet of the Guru, any teacher, and then probably should get an apology to the teacher and just render himself to the Guru. That's all.
Yeah. In this chart, the UL is taken, it's not exactly there. The UL is in AL and UL in the same place. Okay. You know that because if it is in that house, you'll have to move it 10 more signs. And so we have another problem with Rahu and Jupiter because from UL, they are together. From AL, they are together in the second house of health. So whenever you say AL something, again, you see the same patterns. Like in this case, it becomes second lord again, Guru. Whenever you see anything from AL, it means even the public will know. Even others will know he is not well. Till such time, it's like making it public. Okay. AL things are always more expressed. Strongly expressed. Everybody knows. A lot of people know. Something like that. So, since we got AL and UL...
Guruji, is this normal AL?
No, this is not...
Or is exception?
No. This is... they didn't use the exception rule. That is, UL has to be shifted 10 signs again. Okay. So, Manoj will later adjust it in the... Because some people go with a recommendation like this. So, the software is set to not take care of the exception. Okay, the UL is not there. The UL is in Aquarius, in Kumbha. Okay, but more
and
important.
One more thing is Saturn has the aspect on it, sir. Whether it is having Saturn aspect or not. No, it's not having.
No, it's not having.
No, on AL, no. On AL.
No, it's not having.
No, it's not. Yeah.
No, one of the earlier observation that the Lagnadhipati is in trouble between Sun and Mars. One of them debilitated and the other one, which is Mars. So just before we started, why did we get an interruption from Sri Devi saying, please watch this Homa? So it is insisting that the person has to go through a Homa. Okay. So then I pointed out to Maharishi Parashara's textbook, the 2nd and 7th lords, Dasha rule. And so I didn't look at other things. And we also know separately that Rahu and Jupiter are together. So, but the final, the conclusion was typically drawn only from when Manoj showed the transit. So it's very important that until this Guru Rahu in that area, please show that screen again, Manoj. Because there's a very important point there. There's a very important point in the transit. You see in the transit, where the transit is happening. Did you watch that? That Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, where is it happening? Anyone wants to try?
it's almost 180-degree away from Mars. It's we just had Guru enter into.
Yeah, it is not with reference to the fifth house of the horoscope, but I'm telling you, there's something very important about this Jupiter Rahu conjunction. One more time, which is why we have to be very careful with the person. Jupiter and Rahu are both going to meet only in Ketu Nakshatra. And so the entire, when you place Rahu and Ketu over Rahu Nakshatras or Ketu Nakshatra, it won't cover exactly all the time because it will miss it by 2 stars always. That is Ashwini 1, Ketu won't be in Swati, Rahu Nakshatra, it won't be. You will have to pass 2 padas in Ashwini to come into Swati. But this particular Ketu is in Swati, the transit. Whereas Jupiter and Rahu, so the entire conjunction is going to happen in a Rahu Ketu area. So alcohol might be the key to understanding this problem. But in USA or some other country where drugs are available, a similar horoscope person could have gone into drugs. Okay, could have gone into drugs. So, but most...
Sir, I want to ask one more thing, sir.
1 minute.
Whether he... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, most important thing is, as we pointed out, it is a fifth house matter, and fifth house rules the mind-based problems that usually spell out its result into addiction and tension and depression and all of them as a package. Okay, so you have to understand that the person can't know what's going on, and therefore it is up to other people to guide him when he is not in the best of times. So everybody should be patient and try their best to, there is, if where are they living, Manoj? Residing?
Guruji.
Chennai, sir.
Yes,
so, Guruji, I have a question. Like, the person said that he didn't have a job and that's why it led to depression and heart problems and all that. Am I correct?
One of them, right? It's not just that. Maybe profession had it was the most important thing because Rahu is in the 10th house of career.
Yeah. Sir, at a point he was doing good, sir. It is not that he never had a profession at all. He in fact, earned so much he built a house.
Okay.
But all of a sudden things toppled completely.
In which Rasha, Manoj?
Yeah, I'll let the sister itself answer that.
I have one question to the sister, sir. Maybe.
Yeah, please ask.
The thing is, if he was in love or whether it failed or like that, or alcohol problems came from that angle, I just want to know.
Yes,
because the fifth lord is the 7th.
Okay, because you're saying there is a 5 and 7 connection, and it would have been a heart matter, a love matter involving, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir, she was right. She's right. So he fell in love with my uncle's daughter when he was in his early teens.
Okay.
So after that, she rejected and he started drinking from that on, or maybe around 2021 onwards.
Wow. Sorry. Okay. I wanted to say, appreciate the student who spotted that. Okay.
So young, 20 years.
I guess so. I think I don't remember exactly, but that was the first depression he had.
So from there on, something was happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Saturn being in the 7th delays the marriage all the time.
So in the Bhava chart, Saturn is the 7th, and therefore marriage will be extremely delayed, right? Usually delay is for men nowadays it is 32, and for girls it is 28. Roughly.
So Sridevi said about the love marriage because 5th lord in 6th house?
No, she said 7th house. She saw the Bhava chart and noticed that the 5th lord has gone to the 7th house. And then she connected love to marriage. And then because we already estimated Venus problem going on, Venus-Mars Parivartana happened in the Rashi chart. So she derived that it should have been from a love or something. So it's actually going around the 5th house only. 5th house is romance, 5th house is addictions, 5th house is even promotions or, something to do with I want recognition. I want, people should respect me. This is a success story, something like that. Crowning, losing a crown. But usually when the fifth house gets into trouble, it is most of the time anger, emotions, and that feeling of being humiliated.
Or even we can say loss of intelligence, because fifth house is the intelligence.
That's what I said. So intelligence means like how to handle a problem, right? I think in one of the Patreon sessions, I said in my school, the topper who always got 100 in every subject, just because a lady said, a girl told him that who will love you? You're so short. He got into drinks, and within 2 years, he committed suicide. Now, intelligence, there are many types of intelligence. Okay. Emotional intelligence is absolutely needed for going through life. Sometimes intelligence may not be that important. You might be extremely, in the normal IQ sense of intelligence, you might be very intelligent. But what they call as the EQ, the emotional quotient, if it is not good, in spite of the intelligence, you can't use it. I think we pointed out using once the example of Bobby Fischer, right? A man who had an extraordinary IQ. Okay. But he was no good because his emotional, what do you call that, EQ, emotional quotient was very bad.
Guruji, after this Rahu Jupiter, shouldn't this Rahu Dasha be good for the native?
No, Rahu Shani is never easy to sail through.
No. See,
I think
Rahu is in
that
the 10th house. It's not in a bad position.
Yeah.
But Rahu Saturn,
No,
the
Prahlad.
IPHS itself.
Prahlad, it's always, whenever we are reading a chart, we should focus on the period and say, let's first finish this Rahu Guru. And moreover, we saw Rahu Guru in the sky trying to meet. And therefore, we are a little concerned about that, especially because this is something to do with health. So, right now.
Guruji, and Rahu will also meet the natal Jupiter soon.
Yeah, that is extending on that. Correct. That is after meeting in the sky. Then one last attempt will be made by Rahu by meeting Jupiter. That's a very, very important point. All these ideas were extensively used in transit, books that were dealing with transit. But this type of approach was used extensively by Professor K.S. Krishnamurti. Okay. So, which was developed into a new system called KP system and all that. So, what Sai Prahlad mentioned is absolutely important, that we said, let them at least cross each other. That's okay. That's one point, but that's very sensitive. And then one more time, we'll have to keep fingers crossed, because Rahu has to cross Jupiter at least. All this is only because we are talking about Rahu Dasha and Guru Antar Dasha. Okay. So,
one more point to add, Saturn also is going to meet, like after Jupiter, it's Saturn, and Saturn is meeting in next 1.5 year, like January or February. Saturn will meet Rahu.
Saturn is the 9th lord for the native. He will give some kind of bhagya. It won't be too bad, like 50-50 result.
Yeah, we can think like that, because the right now, it is just because it is health, and the person has already spoken about depression and everything. It is better because, I forgot to tell you, Jupiter makes you, that good feel, the good spirits, high spirits. When Jupiter gets into trouble, it's always the opposite of that. It's usually sadness, and wisdom makes you very happy, and ignorance makes you very sad. So Rahu makes you sad, and so on. So let the person listen to Shiva Sahasranam. Is such a very tedious one. We have simple Shivalinga Puja with Om Namah Shivaya.
Guruji, Shiva Sahasranam you can listen on, like, amazing YouTube videos that you can just
videos are there, of course. And on videos you can hear. Yeah.
Guruji, so for some reason I'm just having this feeling that he should somebody should give him a job. Like, he needs to work. The 10,000 needs to be activated some other way. Like, is he in a condition to work?
Who has to answer? Shiva will answer.
Yeah. He is actually the problem is he being sitting idle only makes him think too much. So he needs a job badly. But the problem is qualification is not that good. So he's finding to get a job.
Wait, so let me be specific here. Is he trying to get some high-paying job, or is he fine with any job? Because right now, I would say for the next upcoming period, get whatever job you can and do it. As long as, because in many ways, the 10th house is also a point of affliction, and it's better to be like in a job setting than to be in some other area.
Yeah, it is recommended, but we'll have to wait and see whether the person responds to that suggestion. And then what for Shiva, I want to say what Sai Prahlad mentioned just now is an idea in astrology and karma theory, that when you activate something of that house in which the planets are, it starts decreasing pressure in other areas. That's what he's trying to say. So that's an idea in astrology, because you say 10th house, then where is the work? No, work is a problem because of Rahu and Jupiter in the 10th house. We understood that, but get into the job and use the job as a pressure point and not health as a pressure point. So one of them will happen always. Okay. So there are ideas like this in astrology, that when there is an indication for blood loss, we say you yourself give blood, you donate blood. Like this, there are most of the remedies that were prescribed in the ancient times were actually like saying you do it yourself, you go through that yourself. Don't try to negate it. You should not be like, if you're not in work, then automatically more of the health problems will happen. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes, Guruji, exactly. And one more thing is, he can also take care of animals, because it will help you to ease, and as well as nature. So it could be plants, trees, birds, and animals.
No,
and also
Prahlad, the highest is dogs. Whenever Guru is in trouble, dogs are the best.
So I have to get a dog.
Huh?
Oh, he has to take care of dog. It doesn't have to
need not be a pet dog, but it can be like he can give biscuits and I don't know whatever food he can offer to the dogs, etc. Because the guru image is the master. What do you call that? The master-student relationship. So you have the master and the dog relationship. So you see Dattatreya surrounded by dogs. Okay. So most of the, even whenever Lord Shiva came in certain different forms, he was always accompanied by the dog. So there'll be a dog relationship to Jupiter for some reason. It's like you have to be like a dog to your guru. Something.
Yes, Guruji.
You have to be so obedient.
Guruji, on that, I was also going to add, Guruji, that he should also do cleaning. Like if dog or cows, if they do some kind of shit, then cleaning that will also help, because that is for the Rahu part. Because Rahu is somebody who's boastful. He wants to be powerful.
Okay.
So to subdue Rahu, you do the menial work, and again you're activating the 10th house, because 10th house is karma. You're doing the action, you're doing the hard, you're doing the on the floor stuff. I think that will really help, and would also get him out of the mind issues.
Okay. So that depression, he'll come out of depression.
One thing to add to that, I would not have him recommend having him pet, but taking care of pets is completely different. The reason being, the 4th house Lord itself is affected, and on top of that, Ketu is in the 4th house. So when
that's what I said. He can take care of dogs. He can feed the dogs. Maybe street dogs, but you have to be careful, right? He has to be careful.
Sir, I have one question to the native sister. Is he into the database side or something like into data related jobs? Because Jupiter is mostly data related. So I just wanted to check around that.
Yeah, he was working on data related stuff only. He was working in SAP application where they were, that was used as a material management software in his old company. Something related to data.
Okay, so very good observation.
And when did he lose the job actually? I think you said there was a professional glitch. At which year?
It's 2017. It's 2017 he lost his job.
And also it's better not to get into businesses, because 7th is generally a business related thing. So it might be might not be a great option probably at times.
One more thing, Manoj, this generally the problem started somewhere around April 2022 last year itself. Generally, as a phase change.
Yes, sir. I think so. After in 2019, I think me and she and her family, we went to Kedarnath.
Okay.
Post that, his life completely changed.
Okay.
Does the native's is the native's grandmother alive?
Mom's mother is still alive. Yeah.
Okay, maybe he can do something for the grandmother and give her something in gold.
Is
Okay.
it from mother's mother?
Yes, sir.
Fourth from the fourth, seventh. So Jupiter related
Yeah.
again. Okay. Nice idea. See, Manoj, in Charadasa, the person is going through Scorpio Antardasha. Okay. If you look at the Chara.
Just a minute, sir. I do have for Charadasha.
Scorpio, Aquarius Scorpio.
Yes, sir.
So Scorpio is the sixth house from Lagna. So whenever in Charadasa, you run the Dasha of the sixth house, it's always health problem or competition problem or enemy problem. Okay, debts, enemies and health. Sixth house.
Got it, sir.
But I'm just guessing it should have started in Libra itself, because Libra actually contained other planets, like GK planet was there. So something that wounded him must have started from as much earlier on, April 2022 itself. So from this point of view, up to 2024 Feb, we have to be more careful generally. Okay, because we are fine-tuning the Dasha and Antardasha of the Vimshottari. So we are getting an overlap here. So up to 2024 February, all help should be given to this person. Right now, my way of looking at it is to just give the prayer method, all other things that we discussed, wait for his mindset to change, have a mindset, different mindset. He slowly comes out of it. And then you can say, apply for jobs and we'll wait for your turn, something like that, not to panic. Usually, stress.
Guruji, like you said, that taking care of Lord Shiva will definitely start. I mean, he will start to see the change by worshipping Shiva.
Correct.
And then the next thing is feeding animals, like you said, feeding stray dogs that need help, even cows. He can start there and start connecting with nature. That will take away the depression part.
Correct.
Can also be trees, whatever connects with him.
And in which direction he can be active is also one more important thing, sir. Because if he is into praying normally, then we can suggest that. I mean, in which direction he is already he already have in him. I mean, taking care of dogs is one thing and is different from praying God. So, according to his chart or like that,
God we already completed, right? We know it is Subramaniam because Mars is holding on to that 0 degree. Because of that, Mars is holding on to the same place in many charts, in the Dashamsa, in Navamsa, a lot of charts. So Subramania Swami is the first god, at least for the reason that his fifth house is afflicted, depression and so on, alcohol or depression, everything. So Guru Antardasha, Guru Shiva, and Guru Gold. So that we read from Parashara text, right? So that is the main.
Yeah.
So one more thing is we have to keep it simple and straightforward to the book. Okay, at least we stick to the books wherever possible. So let's not add more gods and so on. We'll keep just Subramania Muruga and Lord Shiva, because he's from South India, right? So therefore, it's easier to pray to Shiva, Muruga here, because all the 6 major temples of Muruga is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, but one of the best of.
The other god I would suggest, sir, as it is his fifth house, the Kula Devata worship should be more important, also be given more importance, sir.
Yes, yes, you can. You can say, because we have a problem in the fourth house, Ketu is there. The Lord of the fourth has got into, entangled Papakartri Yoga. So surely you say Mercury is in trouble here, right? And Mercury is also the GK planet. So it is better to give some importance to Mercury. But it's not good to wear emerald. It's not going to help. The only gem that he requires is small diamonds put together in a rhodium white polish, and in the middle finger, only one gem allowed, because only one planet is truly benefic. Mercury has now become, because Mercury has proven the point, right? Mercury is the intelligence, the intellect, and Mercury is the person. The person is afflicted in the fifth house, where the Papakartri is happening only in the fifth house. So the psychiatrist, the treatment started when?
Yesterday, sir.
That was the first time?
No. He already took some medications in 2021 and 2. And in between he stopped. So after putting into a rehab only, they stopped it. So it's been 6 months he didn't take the psychiatric medications, due to which trigger has happened.
Oh.
And the 10th Lord is Jupiter. Maybe he can keep like an elephant statue because it's in Revati Nakshatra.
Okay. Elephant statue.
Yeah, elephant statue or an elephant picture or a Lord Ganesha picture for the job.
Okay, nice idea. That is, you bring in the connected animal or the form. Good. So elephant god Ganesha with more gold on him, because we are supposed to donate gold. So the picture should have more gold on him, and that form should be worshipped by this person, and also feed the elephants.
Now, the native is being taken care only by the sister and the mother, sir.
What?
The native is right now being taken care only by the native sister and the mother. So I was in fact advising the native sister also to perform Homa, because she is going through her Ketu and born on KPC.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, this sister is elder or younger?
Elder, sir.
Elder. Okay.
That I have asked for a separate. I've spoke to Revati also to
okay.
do something about it. So that will be taken care separately.
So looking at the overlap, up to 2024 September, Rahu Guru is happening, but Antardasha of in the Charadasha scheme, we have to give more importance up to Scorpio at least. So Scorpio, so till February 2024, please this time don't stop the psychiatric, the medicine, the counseling. Please do not stop it, and continue with the which of the 6 big temples of Muruga in South India. It is in Tamil Nadu. Tiruchendur is the best place for him. Always recommend Tiruchendur for all Mithuna Lagna people. Okay. If there is a problem for Jupiter or Mars, Jupiter. So how did we connect Mars and Jupiter in this horoscope? Anybody remembers?
They are on the same axis, sir.
Correct. That's all. They are on the same axis. Okay, which is not evident in the Rashi chart because it is looking like Sashtashtaka. But Mars is at this beginning and Jupiter is at the ending, so it's almost perfect. Okay, straight.
Sir, Durga Puja is not recommended, sir, here because Rahu is creating the.
No. Whenever for Rahu afflictions, you have to ask only one question. Is Venus friendly or unfriendly? If Venus is unfriendly, you say Goddess Durga. If Venus is friendly, you always say Lord Shiva. Do you understand the difference?
Got the point, sir. Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
So for Jupiter Mars, there's a temple in Trichendur for Jupiter Mars aspect, sir.
It's not like that. That temple energy as a guru energy there, it seems. So that's what the Brahmins are saying. Okay. So they have been told that place has a lot of guru energy. So whenever there is a Guru and Mars problem, we always say first preference to Tiruchendur. then Swami Malai. These two places.
And is it a Muruga temple?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And this person should never wear red clothes and, at least red clothes and yellow clothes never to be worn. Okay. Red is the most obstructive, bad luck color for him. Red color. So nothing of red should be worn. Red coral is extremely bad. And anything of red should be avoided.
Maybe he can donate red masoor dal.
Yes. The more you can do anything connected to Mars donation, that much better it gets. Okay.
So to iterate all the points, first thing is the Mrityunjaya Homa that has to be done.
Yes.
Then travel to Tiruchendur and worship and taking care of the native is the three main important things, at least for.
Yeah, more important before getting into the remedy, we have to look at the native and say, see, you are going through this period. It has to be carefully handled. The recommendation is this. Don't be careless with any of the ideas given by doctors. Just follow everything to the dot you have to follow. And then you say, give them the mindset. This won't be for a long time bad because it will be in Rahu Guru only. Once you cross Rahu Guru, and hopefully this Rahu should cross over all these Jupiter points in his horoscope. Once that is over, everything is solved and you'll be back to normal. So the counseling has to be done first, and then only you have to tell the remedy.
So I wanted to add here, Guruji. I don't know
Yes, Soumya.
if Kodai covered this or not, but the primary underlying reason was bipolar disorder. And the coping symptoms are, alcohol and the other areas. So you're very right when you're saying it in terms of the counseling and the medication that she shared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That the medication has to take care, has to stabilize the brain chemistry. Once that is stabilized, then the native will be in a better state of mind.
Exactly.
To accept remedy. Yeah.
Yes. We should not go straight into gods and remedies because it has to be all together, because you need God's grace to be on the background all the time when you go for treatment. And the doctors also, they will give you good suggestions if you have done the prayers properly. Okay. But it is better to say that Rahu Guru could be crucial, and therefore the person has to be very careful just because it is 7th Lord Antardasha. Whereas when people started talking about the next dasha, the next Antardasha, Shani, we need not, be worried too much about that, because for us right now, only the danger part, that word is used only up to Guru, not for Saturn. Parashara's statement will not, whenever you go through this text for Rahu Shani, if you read, it will not tally with danger to life, because Shani is not the lord of the 2nd nor the 7th house, only Jupiter. So,
but it is in the 7th, sir.
No,
but
that is different. No, that is different
though.
because you don't get that. Is it in the 7th? In that paragraph, you can go through the text. It is not in the. It has to be lord of 7th. So, but it can be some more health problem, because I think in the beginning of the consultation, people saw that D9 chart, it was the 64th Navamsha Lord and Drekana, 22nd Drekana Lord Saturn. So we know that it's not completely solved, but I feel in the sky, Rahu and Jupiter meeting, that's putting a lot of pressure on his mind. Okay, it will be, for the time being, how to cross is the most important thing. So let him do. Manoj, you know that place, right?
And Guruji, one more thing. Like, let him listen to Shiva Sahasranama. It was not mentioned earlier.
Shiva
Sahasranama. Let him listen. If he doesn't have to chant, at least let him listen.
Okay. I say that first, because even though now because of YouTube we have the facility to listen to Shiva Sahasranama.
I think it's more Rudra. It's more Rudra Namakam and Chamakam, right? Because it's a part of the Yajurveda where the Lord Shiva likes the Chamakam, the sound cha, and also Namakam. So it's Sri Rudram that it's more powerful. I mean, when the Abhishekam is done, generally the recitation happens with the Rudram.
See, that is
Rudram
different.
includes both.
Okay. See, he can also say Rudram and Samagam. But Parashara is specifically saying whenever Jupiter comes, he's saying Shiva Sahasranama. So you can also add Rudram Samagam. Nothing wrong.
Yeah, but one thing is for sure, because when you're planning to recite Sahasranamam, it does not have to be passed over from a guru. But when it is a Vedic this thing, it's generally recommended that it is given as a lineage from a guru. So, and Sri Rudram is a part of Yajurveda. It's derived from Yajurveda.
Good. Okay. Any other
And I also see
question?
one more point, sir. In Rahu Moon, I also the native should be extremely careful. I have personally seen a lot of cases where in Rahu Moon, people with these issues, especially pertaining to psychiatric related, they have a very hard time. I mean, but like, and especially with Rahu, it's like so unknown, like reason is unknown, and then moon adds up fuel to that, because moon waxes and wanes, so that mood swings keep happening every now and then.
Yeah. But
Especially
right
if it's a
now,
known problem.
see, we are dealing with a native whose mind is somewhat confused and weak and depressed. So we are not supposed to say, look so much into the future. We just say, right now, these are the solution. You do this, and let's hope for, you will be revived like that. We'll have to encourage them and
Yeah,
not
for
to
sure.
tell so much about the future, because when you're talking about the other side of astrology, you're not talking about health, mental health problems. Then it is easy for us to say there will be one more job loss, somewhere in the future and so on. But all that is not usually a good way for people who have a lot of problems going on in the mind. We have to, we have to encourage.
Just a word of a caution, like probably.
Yeah. Okay. So, Shiva has any questions?
Sir, I have one question. So, with respect to the gem, you suggested to wear one diamond, right? Diamond
No,
ring.
not one diamond. It is small diamonds, 6 of them put together, all adding up to somewhere like 0.9 carats, or at least 0.6, 10 cents into 6, just to reduce the cost, not to buy waste money on solitaire. And then, set it in gold only, because we don't have much choice. Platinum is very difficult. If platinum available, if the jeweler is already having one such, you can buy. Otherwise, you'll have to get gold and then cover it with white polish. Okay.
Okay.
So, because we don't want the yellow to be revealed.
Silver? Why not silver itself, sir?
No, we have a problem with silver, because silver will be second lord's metal. We have an issue there. Yeah. That's why we are trying to cover it up with something else. So when they do the rhodium polish, white polish or something, they can make it more shiny. Okay. And that should do the trick. So most of the time we are doing, we are recommending only that. But this one, the strengthening of Venus, the 5th house, and then using, that is diamond idea, and then the prayer idea, all mixed up together, you should be able to, your brother should be able to sail through this period without much problems. And we just say, thanks to the doctors for doing a great job. They give the right medicine, and all the medicine should work properly. So don't put more pressure on him. Just say it's just a passing cloud. Everybody goes through a rough patch. Okay.
So will he be okay in near time?
Yeah.
Situations change. Will he come out of his addictions?
Yeah. He will come out. He'll come out. Don't worry. But you'll have to do a little bit, a minimum of whatever we said. Okay. Only then it will happen. But let's hope he will do it.
Yes, Guruji. I mean, after the Jupiter Bhukti is over, I think Rahu will be very favorable, because Rahu is, it's in the 10th house. And Rahu in the 10th house is supposed to be good. It'll do good results.
Yeah, it will give good results also. Because,
but must cross the current time period.
Yeah. Exactly.
Guruji, can we say for 5th house affliction to donate to orphanages, and for 9th house to donate to old age homes? In this case?
We can say, because whatever all of you spoke about the 5th house is all true, indirectly or directly, because it's all about the matters of the heart. And therefore, why not give to children? Why not do it to old age homes?
Another reason is in Vimshopak, Venus is the lowest score, Guruji. So additional
Venus-
reason for strengthening.
Oh, Vimshopaka. Oh, we
Yes,
didn't
Guruji.
see that. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Actually, in my Vimshopaka, Venus is having just 6, Guruji.
Yours is what?
The same thing. What
The same
Manoj-
software.
Yeah,
Okay.
Manoj is using. Yeah. In fact, it is version 10
Guruji,
actually.
so speaking of fifth house remedies, fifth house is also for mantra sadhana and love. So
Exactly.
loving creatures,
Correct.
loving animals
Yeah.
will also
Heart.
help.
The heart. Yeah. Love.
Yeah, loving animals will also help instead of the heart. That's so there again, dogs and animals will come in, and then
Exactly.
chanting mantra sadhana will also again help
Beautiful. Because
every day.
And
fifth
one more
house-
thing is the
fifth house
Yeah.
is the house of Yantra, Mantra, Tantra. Right? Yeah.
and the first lord being in the fifth, I think he will catch this remedy more easily than the other remedies, mantra sadhana or some happiness through mantra.
Okay.
He will be more towards that.
You'll be inclined
he
to
will-
that.
he will-
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Being Mercury in the
Guruji,
fifth. Yeah.
Yes.
Guruji, why not silver? Because Mercury is a Lagna Lord, he's in fifth, and intellect is being afflicted. So why not
Silver
putting-
is related to moon. And moon, we already have a problem going on because the moon is the second lord here. And if you look at the alcohol, intake, usually moon is also a little bit of the, all the liquids. And it is the second lord, Maraka Graha. And that Maraka Graha is influenced by the eighth lord, Saturn. So if you wear silver, the health problem will increase. Because silver is actually moon.
Okay.
That's why you will see
How about
all over the world, pearls are made in silver. Pearl rings are made in silver only.
Okay. But Mercury, Guruji, is like that. He's also, we recommend like to have something in silver, right? For Mercury?
No, for Mercury, we don't say it is silver. No.
Okay.
Mercury has only one enemy, no? Which is
moon.
the moon.
Mars.
Yeah. No, moon. Mars has one enemy, Mercury. Okay. So there is a problem here in this Papakartri, even if you don't want to say Papakartri, there is a problem here because Mercury and Mars are very close. But if you add Papakartri, it is really trouble because Mercury, the mind, usually the Buddhi Graha, that one is also the Lagna Lord and the fourth Lord. So his home life, his domestic life, his nest is...
relation to mother also, sir. Relation to mother also.
Yeah, everything is afflicted, right? So basically, when your fourth is afflicted, I think somebody in the class said Kuladevata temple, right? Even that is also correct. I think Manoj said.
That's for fifth. Manoj said for fifth.
No,
Yeah, but he related to fifth, but it is actually fourth lord. Whenever fourth lord gets afflicted, fourth house Ketu, fourth lord gets afflicted, the Kuladevam god becomes very important and Vastu rules become very important. So wherever he is sleeping, that area should not be southeast.
So a day before yesterday, I did a consultation for one of my friends, sir. I know him also personally.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I wanted to do like the consultation in the middle of the night. So I just wanted to speak. It was not a consultation, but more of a friendly talk. So that for him, he had that fourth lord in the sixth. I told him, if you're having pets, for God's sake, please remove it. Then he's coming and saying that he had a fish tank. All the fish died. He brought in parrots. The parrots died.
Okay.
Now he is saying that I have a dog also, which is like I'm feeling making it feel bad. I told him immediately to give the dog away.
Okay.
So here it is becoming Papagatri and that fourth house becoming afflicted. So bird house would be another suggestion where he can keep it on top, which will give comfort, and the Kula Devata will be
correct. Yeah. So let him do that. Make sure he's not sleeping in the southeast portion of the house. Okay.
Guruji, can you say that he can pray more to Lord Ganesha because Ketu is in the fourth? Can that logic be applied? Or?
No, that will be the third god for him. Because anyway, Ganesha is very important. I think we covered that, right? Elephant god.
Revati Nakshatra.
Yeah. Apart from that, whenever Jupiter is a functional malefic, you can always recommend Lord Ganesha.
Okay, but I just wanted to know, because of Ketu in fourth, can you recommend that as a remedy for?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You can separately also.
Okay. Got it.
See, the entire focus is on Jupiter Antardasha. So for Jupiter, it is also Ganesha. It's actually for this Lagna, all the time it is all the male gods only, not the goddess. Okay.
I personally think if we, because I was just asking her on a private chat if she has a Ganesha temple very nearby her house, and she agreed, yes, there is one. And
Okay.
I think if she, the person approaches the temple, Ganesha temple, and breaks coconuts, and I think that will slowly give rise to betterment with regards to the fourth house matters. So,
Super. Very nice. Guna Sitaramanji has given some more extra hints. Shanmuga Nayagan Stotram. Right? He has given the link. So Sai Shiva can actually click it and leave a history so that once the chat, the discussion is over, you may not be able to access this.
Yeah, I have taken it, sir.
Tirupavai Pasuras are also available in general.
Pardon me?
Tirupavai Pasuram.
Tirupavai.
Yeah, Tirupavai is
as Guruji just mentioned, due to the urgency of the situation, we need to be concise. Even the Kandasashti Kavasam, it is only to invoke the energy in you to fight and withstand.
Exactly.
But the nature of this gentleman right now is self-reassurance is needed.
Exactly. Beautiful.
Self-reassurance here, I mean, you can't even afford to get these people to chant 15, 20 lines. It would be difficult.
Correct.
It needs to be right into the first stanza and second stanza. This is a Agatya Munivar song.
Okay.
And I've already isolated for him specific verses.
Oh, yes.
Verse 1, 8, 9, and 14.
Okay.
If God permits, if God's grace is there, you will get through all of them. But otherwise, you probably won't even get the first 4 lines and you will put it away. Therefore, it's important. The self-reassurance is extremely important. And then the second thing is, if the gentleman is more scholarly, buy him the book called Learned Optimism. There is a book called Learned Optimism to know how to deal with these kind of, after all, this person was very successful in 2017.
Correct.
And things come and go. It's all impermanent and nothing is personalized towards you. Nothing is constant. Nothing is focused towards you. The world is not treating you as a bad person. Everybody goes through these things. Okay.
Well said.
So tell this person to read those kind of books or get them in audio tapes and give it to them,
Very good.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure, sir. I'll do it.
See, one important point is that whenever you talk about a house and that house lord is aspected by Jupiter strongly, then it means that when the person will do the remedies, he will get very good results. That's the only reason why so many people are struggling to give him as much details as possible, is because in the basic chart, Guru is looking at Venus, the 5th lord. So there are so many people struggling to give him information. That proves the point, right? And it all started with Sridevi.
I didn't understand if Guru is looking at Venus.
Venus is because we have already estimated it's a 5th house problem. So
Correct.
The problem area planet, 5th lord, Venus is fully aspected by Jupiter.
Yes.
Whenever Jupiter aspects the problem, it means the problem can be solved by remedies. But for that, you'll have to first pinpoint where is the problem. And the entire class pinpointed it towards 5th house. Each one said one thing connected to the 5th house, right? In the beginning.
Correct.
So it is aimed at that. So the general logic in astrology is, if Jupiter is looking at any planet, that planet's problem will be solved. By what? By listening to the teachers, by listening to the gurus. It's not automatically solved. That's why I kept insisting, let him follow the instructions of the doctor. Okay. Fine.
Can I have one question?
Yes.
Sir, I think also, yeah, I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Somebody else had a question.
Subramanya Trishati Shatru Samhara Trishati is more appropriate or Subramanya Kavacha?
See, it's all of this is usually like how much we know. So, for example, I know only Skanda Shashti Kavacham. So I will say that. If you know something else, India is so flexible. We have so many varieties of ways to do certain things. Okay, the same thing. You can look at it from this side, that side. Whatever idea, everything fits. Okay, like for example, now Guna Sitaramanji said something else. So we say, yeah, we'll listen to that also.
Yeah,
because it's like that.
At a particular stage in my career, I was fighting against all sorts of people. And at that time, I was using Kavasan, Kandasashti Kavasan. Over time, it turned out, after 5 years or 10 years into my career, people started feeling that I was very dominating. And all the time, people were kind of afraid even to talk to me of a contrarian view.
Okay.
So then one mentor told me, maybe it's time for you to give up Kavasam and look for other Shanmugal prayer. That is why I picked up another way. Like, see, for example, in Bharadiyar song, we have Nenju Purukudilaye.
Okay.
And similarly, we have another song from Bharadiyar that Yathane Kodi Inbam Vaitai.
Okay.
So one looks at the beautiful things in the world, another one looks at the other one. Either way, we are longing for. The point is, certain prayers evoke certain behavior in us. We need to be careful which one we are. Just the way Guruji was saying, red coral is not good for you. Red coral is good for somebody else. So the same way, the prayers also we need to choose. Of course, if you know the meaning in it, it resonates. If not, you can just chant and believe that it is working. And it does. It's a placebo, it works.
Okay. Well said, well said. Fine. So we have come to the end of the discussion. So we all, let's pray to God and this universe, to all the good spirits of this world to protect his life. And may he live till 100 years. Okay. Anybody wants to say any concluding prayer?
While you were
I can play a song if it's okay.
Somebody was playing a veena, I guess.
Yeah, Rohit, our veena guy, is ready to, churn out a tune.
That exactly came when you said that,
is it?
We all play, that string sound came.
Oh, I see. I didn't notice.
I was getting myself ready. Sir, and even lastly, because that fifth house is also a sign of natural arts.
Art and music.
Yeah, music, especially any natural painting or any natural art forms. So,
creativity.
Yeah. So he can also try that. Probably he might find some solace in that space. Like, especially like I am like a hardcore music fan. So anytime music can just keep me down. Like, so probably something in that space.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Let me know once my sound is audible.
Just play one. Yeah, it's audible.
So the Kriti I'm playing is a Kriti composed by Annamacharya, and it's Narayanate Namo Namo, and it's in Ragam Bihag.
Rohit, I think there is an issue.
Oh, is it not audible, sir?
Yeah, suddenly it went away. What interface you are using?
I'm using Zoom with my mobile. Actually, I don't have the amplifier. That's the problem.
Oh,
so I
that's the reason.
I'm trying to get an amplifier probably soon. Is it audible now, sir?
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I did not set my strings prior. I'm trying to set. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Only now, as he was playing, I noticed that the sun was weak both in Shadbala and Vimshapaka, right? I think somebody covered that in the beginning. So, is Shiva still here? She's here, right? So I noticed whenever sun is weak like this, for a third lord's, matter, where it's actually the moon's dispositor, and in the Bhava chart, it went to the 6th house. He needs the sun energy. He has to be, receive the sun in the morning, like welcome the Surya Namaskar or vitamin D. If not for the time being, you can give him vitamin D capsules. You can consult the doctor and ask what are his vitamin D levels, whether you have already checked it. So I think he must be having a low vitamin D level in his body.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
I'll check with the doctor.
You just check that. Because sun is not only debilitated. So when you say debilitation is a very rough way of understanding the weakness of a planet, but debilitated and then in minus. So that's something very important. And it happens to be the third lord in the 6th house. So usually when the third lord is in the 6th house, it means he did not help others in the past life. Okay, so he may have to help a lot of people now. So I think whatever we suggested, you ask, don't give it all in one plate. Just tell him one day something, after 1 week you say something else, add one more to it like that. Okay. So, fine?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll end the discussion now. And let's, come back again next coming Sunday. Thanks, Manoj, for setting it up. Your background looks very impressive. Okay.
Yeah, anybody can change, sir. Even you can change, sir.
I know, but I don't want to, try with anything.
There one question: if the third lord in the 6th, that means in the past the native did not help others, or?
Yeah, in the past, wherever you connect to 6, 8, and 12 is past life punishment area. So if you see anybody like third lord in the 6th house, is usually that. Okay. Unhelpful.
Meaning like,
yeah. So we say, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. That mantra usually is one idea.
Shanti mantras.
Shanti mantras. That is where you're going to help others. Okay. Sahana Bhavatu is usually we need each other's, we need to be in a certain way without fighting and so on. So if you have third lord in 6, 8, and 12, you will be unhelped. You will be on your own. Help won't reach you so quickly. So that's one. That's one. And then third lord is the sun here, who's already not only just sixth house. He's in Rogasthana. So I'm associating the Roga to the sun. So most probably, if they check his blood vitamin D levels, I'm sure it should be lower than normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the current life, if the native has third lord in the 6th house, that means any help for a problems, it's like bit hard to receive.
Bit hard. You will be like on your own, and you'll say, why are not people helping me? Why is it happening to me? Anybody there to help me?
Third lord is 6, 8 or 12, no, sir?
No. It is 6th only is the highest. 6 is the highest.
And those people should treat their people working below them very carefully.
Yeah, correct. Servants, exactly. So you'll have to be very careful with your the way you handle your servants, right? Because servant and enemies. So you usually how people will be, they'll be eager to fight with their own brother and sister, and they'll fight with the servants, they'll fight with the subordinates in office, they'll put on people and so on. So we tell them to just reverse it by helping as many people as possible.
Usually these people will not even get good people working under them, sir, like the third lord.
Yeah, correct.
That is what that is, that when we do these kind of Kandasashti Kavasam, subconsciously we program ourselves.
Very good. Yeah.
And that's why we need different stages of life needs different things.
Beautiful.
Not one for
Correct. Exactly.
Sir, can we suggest that, he should treat his sister well, because third lord in the 6th as a remedy?
No, but this is elder sister. That's why I didn't point to that.
It's the 11th lord also, sir.
Which one?
For Mithuna Lagna, no? Mars.
No, here we pinpointed at the Shadbala of third lord in the 6th house. So we're only going to the younger co-bonds.
Correct.
Okay, 11th is specifically elder, right? So since person here in this room is elder sister, we are not connected. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll now stop. Thank you all for all the participation, and many of you contributed so many points, and I will also have a look at these things, like what Guna Sitaramanji out of his experience has come up with, and all of you, very close to, wonderful points were added.
Sir, I thought while Rahu is in the 10th, it should help him in his career. But again, exactly in the Rahu.
No, it will help. It will help. No, it will help, because Rahu Dasha is just early, right? There are a lot more things.
Yes.
I remember my Rahu Dasha. It was horrible in Rahu Shani alone. Okay. But after that, again, it straightened itself out, and I became what I am in Rahu Mahadasha. So when you're going through Rahu Shani, you will say, oh, Rahu is such a bad spot. Yes, it is in my Marakasthana. But then I got into a lot of these remedies. I did whole day fasting on Saturdays. I completely changed everything, my approach to life, and I started increasing my charity and so on. So when you do these kind of activities, you're trying to what Guna Sitaramanji says, you're trying to reprogram everything, right? You are not like how you were in the past life. You're going to change. And then I changed. But during those days, I used to drink a lot in my Rahu Mahadasha. Then I slowly understood that Rahu is making me do this, and meaning it's just a way of expressing. It's not Rahu which is making. It's your past life, something that is making you do it. And we blame it on Rahu. Okay. So maybe one of these days we will have a Rahu special, almost like a workshop we will do.
Event.
Event we'll do. I have collected a lot of material for the conference that
I was about to say, sir.
The conference I attended in bava.org conference in UK. So there are a lot of things about Rahu and Ketu, very carefully to be handled, because you see, wherever Rahu sits, it's actually something to do with our past life sin only. But how it turns out into yoga is something else. Okay. So we have to be very careful with Rahu and Ketu, the most confusing planets of of them all, right? Because it has, there are several ways to look at Rahu. But as you all pointed out, it's not such a bad Rahu, because you can also look at it that it is the
Nice call out, sir.
it's a 10th house lord. Okay, so there are those things also. So one more thing about Rahu and Ketu is that on the flip side of what we started off by saying, there could be Guru Chandala, it can be considered in the opposite direction also.
But I have seen from many charts, sir, the Makara Rahu, that axis, Makara and Kataka, Rahu Ketu axis, many spiritual people were there. And it gives them a lot of intuition power when they
see Manoj, what is the problem here is which side of that you are on. That's the point. If you are on Jupiter's side, you will make Rahu a wonderful planet. If you are on Rahu's side, you will mess up with Jupiter. You understand? This boy went into alcohol. Had he gone into Guru worship and all that Guru side things, he could have suppressed, he could have got the nice things out of Rahu.
Got it.
You mean with this Guru Chandala Yoga, which side you have to?
No, Guru Chandala Yoga is active only when the person is cooperating with the Rahu. If the person meets a Guru and then transforms himself and then changes the way he looks at, he does these things, you look more Jupiter. And this Jupiter will start influencing Guru and make it a good Rahu. Wow. See, Rahu with a benefic, a natural benefic, that's a statement which says he will become good.
Okay.
Because Rahu doesn't have his own nature. He's like and
that too, it is in Pisces in this.
Yeah,
one.
so that's what. But now if you know, because he went into alcohol, we are now understanding, he took the Rahu route and not the Jupiter route. You understand? He went that way. Or you can say, it is better he goes to the Guru route so that he can make this Rahu nice. Now, which side he will go, that is not predictable. That is because it's a matter of choice. That's up to them, up to the individual. But that's why I kept insisting, let him follow doctor's advice, let him follow our advice, let him follow everything, is because I'm trying to activate the Jupiter in that combination.
Yes, so sir, in overall, I think it's a Jupiter problem in the chart clearly, and is also in that
now it is a Jupiter problem. Rohit, now it is a Jupiter problem. But if he goes towards the Jupiter side, he can make the Jupiter what they call temporary friend, and then he will start getting the result of Rahu in Jupiter sign itself. And Rahu will become like, it will start doing everything nice about the 10th house.
So maybe they can pierce the ears and wear a small gold dot in the ear.
I do not know about all that.
Sir, also to add,
I think you're reading different kinds of books, and maybe one day you should tell us a lot more interesting things like this. I mean, sometimes, in acupuncture, they say if you pierce your this ear at a particular point, it does a lot of good things to your brain. I mean, all this is proven.
I said because of the listen thing you said, no, sir, you have to listen for the Guru. That's why.
Okay.
And I think it's a Jupiter Gandanta point as well, sir, because in Gandanta, it's a tie-up in the previous life, karmic activity, and the dissatisfaction is the primary issue in Gandanta generally.
Okay.
So here is like not satisfied with the current events that are pertaining to his profession or the married life settling up, and also the tie-up to the previous life, and the Gandanta is having that dissatisfaction area as well.
Okay. See, the Gandanta, as you said, it is a point, it's a struggling point of the, you're trying to transform. Okay. Because why it is a transformation? It is that from the water to the fire, Fire is actually purification. No, the purification of the godly something. This side is emotion. So, or at least they're contradicting each other, fire and water. So that might be the spark in the, but when you look at people who was once bad, but influenced by a teacher, become something else. So how do you explain that? Because the chart will still be the same, which means all this is still, programmable. That's the point. Like you think the words of the doctors won't help this person, it will help him. The words of the sister is going to help him. The words of somebody else who's loving him is going to help him. Okay. I think we'll now drop off because it's 10:20. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Shiva can type out some feedback for our students, if you can, in the chat before you also exit.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thanks a lot for taking your time and analyzing the profile, sir. It's nice learning for me as well. Good to hear most of your comments and all. It's good. I hope he'll recover soon.
He will. By the, you should not say hope. He will, like that you'll have to say. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Revati, sir, for her. So
Okay.
I have to get back from Revati. Her son has Pravarajya Yoga, sir.
Oh. I will look into that. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir.